Time to ruin your favorite childhood shows. From your favorite cartoons like Pokemon, Spongebob, and even Blue's Clues, here are your top 10 dark cartoon moments we missed as kids. I'm your host Andrew, and let's get right into it. At number 10 spot, we have Ash Ketchum is in a coma. The Pokemon franchise has been capturing the hearts and imaginations of audiences for over 24 years, and its protagonist, Ash Ketchum, remains one of its greatest mysteries. Why? Because despite living in a world filled with magical creatures with unique abilities, Ash remains stuck at the age of 10, leading to theories about his apparent immortality. One of the more intriguing theories about Ash is the coma theory. According to this theory, Ash was thrown into a coma in the first episode of the series, either from a bike crash or a powerful lightning strike attack by Pikachu. For those who don't know, in episode 1, Ash steals Misty's bike to take Pikachu to the Pokemon Center. But once he falls off, this is when many people believe that he wakes up in his coma dream, which is to be the rest of the show. Every subsequent event in the series is said to take place in Ash's mind while he's inside this coma. This theory provides an explanation for Ash's unaging body, because even in the start of season 14, the narrator states that Ash is still 10 years old. But the coma theory is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes down to the dark theories surrounding the Pokemon franchise. There are overt mentions of killing and kidnapping in the more disturbing Pokédex entries, and fans believe there may be scarier truths left unsaid. Number 9, Steve from Blue's Clues was a drug addict. Have you ever sat down and watched an episode of Blue's Clues with a critical eye? If you have, you may have come to the realization that something is a bit off about the world that Steve lives in. And we're not talking about the cartoon dog. The theory that many believe is that Steve is actually a resident of a crack house that has been floating around since the show's peak in 1990. The idea is that all the objects in his world, like his fire truck and ambulance toys, are actually hallucinations caused by his drug use. This would explain why the toys can talk and why he sees inanimate objects as friendly roommates. Every episode, Steve jumps into a painting and is transported to another world, but in reality, he's just intoxicating himself on his couch and hallucinating that he's inside the picture. The music of Blue's Clues, which is often considered to be unpleasant, is actually loved by Steve because of his drug-induced state. And remember when that cop came to Steve's door to come check on him? This could be a nod to the fact that Steve's drug use is ruining the neighborhood and the police are keeping an eye on him. Even Blue, Steve's beloved dog, could be all a hallucination. For all we know, Blue could just be a combination of his childhood dog, his favorite color, and a game when he was a boy. When Steve left the show for college, it was actually to enter rehab. This theory would explain why his brother Joe starts to take these substances as well. This theory may sound far-fetched, but watch an episode of Blue's Clues yourself with this idea in your mind. The objects and creatures that Steve interacts with may not be real, but they are a testament to the power of his drug-addled imagination. At our number 8 spot, we have Krusty Krab's secret formula is crabs. So this theory suggests that Mr. Krabs is a cannibal. Let's dig into this theory because it's juicy. So if you really think about it, Mr. Krabs is the only crab in the Bikini Bottom. But why? In a past episode, Mr. Krabs says this.
So that's what I taste like.
And if you take a good look at the Krusty Krab restaurant, doesn't it kind of look like a lobster trap? Crabs, lobsters, same thing, kind of. So he makes a ton of money from selling crab and lobsters, so he makes it a secret so no one will truly know about the horrors of what he is doing and that he's actually killing his own kind. At a number 7 spot, we have Beauty and the Beast's ugly truth. In Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Reddit user Chims Gyaro claims that the curse on the Beast and his castle has been in effect for 21 years when the film takes place. When the witch placed the curse, she intended for it to last for 21 years, not for the Beast to be 21 years old. This means that the Beast is actually in his 40s, which is more in line with his character's actions and his demeanor. Before the events of the film, the Beast and his servants, including Lemire, tried to bring girls to his castle in an attempt to break the curse. However, none of these girls were successful, and the Beast eventually lost hope and just stopped trying. This may be why the furniture, including Lemire, hadn't put on a show or entertained guests for over a decade. It's possible that something particularly disastrous happened around the 11th year of the curse, causing the Beast to give up on trying to break it. As well, the castle was clearly prepared for the arrival of the girl, with a room set up for her and clothes in the wardrobe. This could suggest that other girls were held captive inside of the castle before Belle. The Beast's surprise at Belle not shuddering at his paw may also indicate that he has experienced rejection from other girls before. Despite these failed attempts to break the curse, the servants, including Lemire, still holds out hope that Belle will be the one to finally break it. And after hearing about this, I don't know if I should feel bad for the Beast or if I should just be creeped out more considering he is that much older. Number 6, Carl wasn't alive during the movie Up. Pixar's animated film Up tells the story of a retired balloon salesman named Carl Fredricksen, who embarks on a journey to the lost world of his childhood dreams by attaching thousands of balloons to his house. Along the way, he meets a young wilderness explorer named Russell, as well as a number of other colorful characters. However, according to a theory proposed by Reddit user known as Wolfius Corone, there may be more to the story than meets the eye. The story suggests that Carl is actually dead throughout the entire film, and that his journey to Paradise Falls is only a metaphor for his move into the afterlife. According to the theory, Russell is just an angel trying to help Carl transition into the afterlife, while Charles Muntz, the film's main antagonist, is a fallen angel who is determined to drag Carl to the underworld with the help of his hellhounds. This interpretation of the film suggests that it is a deeper exploration of themes of death and the afterlife, and the role that angels may play in guiding us through that journey. In the Humpver list, we have Bart put Homer in a coma forever. In the show The Simpsons, season 4, episode 18, we see Bart trying to play a prank on Homer by shaking up his can of beer.
Hey kid, that's for customers only!
Except it goes very, very wrong. The beer explodes and puts Homer in a coma. This is when Reddit user Hard to Pick a Name, yes, that's his real name. Well, he claims that Homer has been in the coma for the remainder of the whole show due to Bart's devilish pranks. Like I mean mostly the whole show, from seasons 4 to 33. The season 4 episode ends with Homer waking up and choking Bart, but it all seems a little too sudden and could explain that he's actually in a coma. This would explain why none of the characters seem to age during the show, since Homer only remembers Bart, Lisa, Maggie as 10, 8, and 1 years old. And if we think about the plot lines before and after this coma, it gets pretty weird. Before the episode, the plot lines included Bart cheating on an IQ test, Homer trying to give up drinking, which all sound pretty normal. But after the coma, the plot lines include Homer going into space, or even Mr. Burns discovering the Loch Ness Monster. Some say this is Homer's imagination running wild while he's inside this coma. He's able to dream up all these wild scenarios and fantasies that literally bend the rules of reality. So, personal tip, don't shake your dad's beer. Number 4, Spongebob bootleg tape. This is one of those cases of watching a video that is cursed, kind of like what you see in the movie The Ring. Except this is on the kids show SpongeBob. This image was taken from a split-second frame in a corrupted bootleg of the SpongeBob episode Dumped. This story is about a set tape that was found by a group of 5 teenagers who were rummaging through trash cans outside an abandoned mental hospital. Other than the image, the rest of the video is composed of incomprehensible jumbles of colors, static, and just black screens. The audio seems to be a heavily distorted version of the audio from the original episode, with loud droning buzzes occasionally interrupting it. Of these 5 individuals, 2 have taken their life, 1 has gone missing, and 1 refuses to comment on the tape at all. And the last hastily agreed to give paranormal investigators the tape shortly after being interviewed about the passing and disappearance of the other 3 people. The current whereabouts of the tape are unknown, and many of who stare at this image for a long enough period of time claim to see SpongeBob blink. Number 3, Dexter brought his family back to life. Have you ever thought about the hidden depths of Dexter's Laboratory? The beloved animated series about a boy genius and his wacky sister Dee Dee has always been entertaining and lighthearted. But what if there's more to the story than meets the eye? One theory suggests that Dexter's Laboratory is more than just a place to conduct experiments. It could also be a sanctuary where he tried to bring his family back to life. So apparently, after a tragic accident that wiped out his entire family, Dexter uses scientific genius to recreate them using his lab's advanced technology. This would explain why his family is so dim-witted and why Dee Dee is so loyal. Dexter programmed that way to prevent the same accident from ever happening again. The series hints at this possibility in various ways, such as Dexter's ability to create clones, control the central nervous system, and manipulate the intellect of others. There are also scenes where he shows confusion at the fact that his mother got sick and has the ability to rapidly age his clones, which just further supports this theory. So the next time you watch Dexter's Laboratory, remember that there could be more to the story than just a boy and his wacky adventures. Could Dexter be more than just a boy genius? Could he actually be the master of life and death as well? Let me know in the comments. Number 2, Bikini Bottom is a result of nuclear testing. This one blew my mind. See what I did there? Now, many people have theorized that the Bikini Bottom is the result of nuclear testing. The main reason behind this is because some say that Bikini Bottom is located beneath Bikini Atoll, which has long been a well-known location for nuclear bomb testing. And we all know that bombs are evil, right, Mermaid Man? This should explain everyone's ability to communicate in a human fashion, their strange behavior, and a host of wacky characteristics. The show has many depictions of a nuclear mushroom cloud, and I know we have all seen it. Like, check this one out. And apparently the episode that features a town called Rock Bottom is supposed to mimic a crater created on the ocean floor due to one of these nuclear bomb tests. And that's not all. You remember the island they hopped on when they went above water? That's supposedly Bikini Atoll, and the reason why it's empty is that the US government relocated 146 residents of the island to conduct these nuclear tests. SpongeBob creators hid this from the public because why would everyone want their children watching a show about post-nuclear sea animals? Doesn't sound too pleasing. Number 1, Peter Pan murders lost boys who grow up. Reddit user Morvis343 combined two theories about Neverland and combined them to make one brutal one. Their first theory suggests that Pan does not want the Lost Boys to grow up and kills them once they do. According to the user, Captain Hook and the pirates are former Lost Boys who escaped before Pan could kill them, suggesting that Pan is the villain of the story and that Hook is actually the good guy. I know, pretty strange. The other theory proposes that Neverland is an afterlife for children who died young, and that Pan brings them back to this magical place to give them a proper childhood that they were denied in their earthly lives. So when the user combined these theories, they come up with the thought that instead of simply being an afterlife, perhaps Neverland is a waypoint on the way to a regular afterlife. Children die and are brought to Neverland by Pan, where they are given a chance to experience a full whimsical childhood. However, once they grow up, it is time for them to move on to the regular afterlife. Pan kills them and sends them along to their final destination, heaven. Captain Hook, however, escaped Neverland before he could understand this process. He believes that Pan is simply killing children for no reason and is locked in conflict with him as a result. However, the truth is that both Pan and Hook have the best intentions for the Lost Boys, with Pan wanting to give them a proper childhood and Hook wanting to protect them from harm. Only Pan knows the truth of the eventual fate of the Lost Boys, but Hook is too stubborn to listen and consider the possibility. Well, these are the top 10 dark cartoon theory moments we missed as kids. What do you guys think about this list? Leave a comment down below with your thoughts, but be sure to like and subscribe for more scary content. I'm your host Andrew, and I hope you guys have a scary day.